Clomid got us pregnant and what we did and how it worked and just the questions that I had before we started. And I would just watch a lot of these videos and they were so helpful to just help me with the hope that we could get pregnant. My doctor totally did everything and I'm just telling you what she told me and the protocol that she gave me so you can kind of compare, because it was nice to like go into the office and be prepared of like, I know what she's gonna say, I've already studied how it works, and I just felt like I could understand what the doctor was saying and it wasn't so many doctor words all said at me. That is why I am making this video. When we got to our second round, I think my body adjusted better because with that first round, it was a lot. The symptoms really came on the second half of the cycle after I had taken everything, and I'll tell you kind of how that works for when they tell you to take it. But how does Clomid work? Clomid is clomiphene citrate. It is a drug that I believe blocks estrogen, and that makes your body then extra try to produce stuff. Basically, it just really makes sure that you ovulate and it pushes you to ovulate. And so a lot of people will have to go through ultrasounds and make sure that their egg is developing properly, that there's not too many eggs, because you kind of want that one dominant egg. But in my case, they didn't have to do ultrasounds at all. And I have PCOS, so polycystic ovarian syndrome. So I know I've got a lot of cysts, and I felt like my body was trying to ovulate all this time and couldn't push it out at the last minute. I felt like something about my hormones wasn't really spiking and getting it to work. So I would get positive LH surges, but then it seemed like something was off, and I never got that confirmed, except the fact that Clomid worked. It really helped with even just different issues that we had and different tests that told us we were gonna have a little bit more trouble. It helped pass that. So there is hope that it can work for you, even if you have more issues on either side, male or female. You have to be trying for a year. So when my year was approaching, I knew to start scheduling that appointment because I didn't want to wait any longer. When you want to get pregnant, you really want to get pregnant. And so I was like, I'm going to be so on top of this and make sure that it happens, because another thing is they will have you start something on a certain day of the month. So if your cycle is already past that, you have to start on the next cycle because you have to do it that certain way. I've got a list here of just the instructions that they give you. It's just a printout document, what they recommend for everyone. I was already on progesterone, Prometria. So the first step is you take one pill every day at the same time. I believe I took it at night because it would make you tired. You take that progesterone every day for 10 days. And she told me just start on the 15th of the month. It worked out with my cycle. With that first step, it says expect your period 3 to 7 days from the last pill. So you're gonna take it for 10 days and then it's gonna start your period. After your induced period, with progesterone or birth control, whatever they have you do, the first day of bleeding would be day number 1. So now you're like putting numbers to the cycles of your day if you weren't already in some kind of app. So you count until day number 5 and you start with Clomid 1 tab by mouth every day for 5 days. So I would do this from day 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it was 5 through 9, but that's 5 total days. Then you're gonna count 5 more days after taking your last pill, and that's when you start doing your LH tests, your ovulation test kits. So these are super cheap, you can get them online. I talk about the ones that I recommend from Pre-Mom, I think, and then I don't even know if I got the Pre-Mom. I got whatever was the cheapest and in bulk when we were trying. So I had a bunch. I didn't start on the day they said. I would even do it earlier on that first round. I think on the second round I followed this either like the day before or something like that. I started checking just because it's fun to see it progress and like clearly I'm ovulating now. You do that every day for 8 days. You're gonna watch the, I don't know, there's like test and control line. So I think it's like the test line get darker and darker until it's for sure it's ovulated. And to help with that, I recommend the Pre-Mom app will tell you like the percentage and you want to get it to 1 or 0.9 or 0.8, like you want to get it as close to 1, over is even okay. That really helps. Or basically what I'm saying is it's gonna be 100% the same color. Darkness. Pregnancy brain right now, I can't think. You want your line to either be darker than the control line or the same, but hopefully darker, because that really helps. So they say in general, ovulation occurs day 5 to day 12 after your last dose of Clomid. So if you think about that, you're taking it the last day on day 9, and they expect it to come either they expect you to ovulate on day 14, which is really common for people, all the way up to, is that 7 days after that? Day 21. So that's on the later end. That's usually when I would ovulate. But with Clomid, I was on day, I want to say like day 16, 17, around there. I had to wait a little while. I want to say it was like 1 week into it, which was nice that it didn't take forever. But once you get that positive, your ovulation won't actually occur right then. It's going to occur within 14 to 26 hours after you get your positive, which is kind of goofy because when you get a positive pregnancy test, you are pregnant. But when you get a positive ovulation test, you are about to ovulate. Doesn't mean you have or that you are, but you're going to, which is a good heads up for when you're trying to conceive. Then once you get that positive, they say to do every other day for the 4 days, which are the most fertile. So that's your highest fertility window that you want to be trying. If it's negative, they have other options. I'm not going to go through those. If you get a positive pregnancy test, oh, it says when to do your pregnancy test. You're going to wait until 12 to 16 days after you get that positive thing. So that's your 2-week wait, which, oh man, that is rough, especially when the chances that you could ovulate are a little bit better this time, or might be a lot better for you. It's a lot. Especially, so the symptoms of Clomid are gonna be a lot like you're pregnant. They're gonna be heightened because your hormones are crazy. They are just so much more. So just plan to just be confused, and that this is an emotional time, but you're amazing and you're strong and you're gonna do great. It's a lot of, you're gonna have some tenderness in your chest. You're gonna possibly feel a little bit more sick. So you really wanna take care of yourself and get rest and get emotional support and take care of your body physically, because it might be in pain. You might feel a lot more bloating in your stomach. That for sure can happen as your ovaries and everything is working overtime. You're gonna probably get in your head. I did, definitely on that first round. It's a lot to come down off of if it doesn't happen, at least for me. Maybe it won't be for you. Maybe you'll still just be ready for that next time. Like, all right, we get to go again. And not everybody gets to go again. Sometimes there are complications and they just say, let's just do the 1 round. But I got to do 2 and it worked. So we are so thankful, because I could have had to do 1 more round and then I don't even know what would happen after that, because they said only 3 rounds because of how intense it is for your body. Let me know if you have any other comments in the comment section, or any other questions or things that I went over just too quickly. I can do another video. Hopefully this was helpful and gave you a better look of it all, but I'm sure I missed some things. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.